I'm Shirley Camp. Welcome to the Mrs. Wages canning video. Today we're going to be making pepper jelly. For this recipe, you'll need 1 box of Mrs. Wages pepper jelly mix, pepper juice extracted from bell peppers, lemon juice, vinegar, and sugar. Very simple. You'll be making 12 half-pint jars of pepper jelly from this. To extract the juice, use a food processor or a juicer. If you use a food processor, you need to run it through cheesecloth to strain out the bits of pepper from the juice. And if you use a juicer, of course, that will automatically get rid of the bits of pepper. I'm going to pour the extracted juice, and if you don't have quite enough juice, you can add water to make up the difference for the amount that you don't have. I'm going to add the vinegar and the lemon juice. And in your box of pepper jelly mix, you wonder where's the heat for this pepper jelly, right? So in the box from the mix, you have a pouch of pepper jelly mix, which contains the spices and the hot pepper parts. And you also have a pouch of pectin. You're going to stir this together. And for this pepper jelly today, we used red and yellow bell peppers. You can use any color bell peppers that you would like to make the juice. The product you end up with will be a different color than what you found, but this is going to be an interesting juice or pepper for you to see. This needs to come to a boil. Once the jelly has come to a full boil, we're going to add the sugar all at once. And I know this looks like a lot of sugar, but it's only about 9 cups and makes 12 little jars of jelly. And remember, you're not going to be eating that much at once. So I'm going to stir this in, and then we'll bring it back to a full rolling boil again. Make sure you get all the sugar dissolved into the jelly. And once it's come to a full rolling boil, we need to time it for 1 minute. And at the end of the minute, we'll have jelly. So we're getting ready to do that process. We're at a full rolling boil, and I can't stir down the boil. At the end of the minute, we turn the heat off, and we're going to skim off the foam. And it's not that the foam is going to hurt anyone, it's just that the foam doesn't look good. And if you show the product at the fair, you won't get the blue ribbon if you've got a lot of foam on the top of your jelly. So we want to get off as much of that foam as we possibly can. Now that we have most of the foam from the top of the jelly, going to ladle it into the jars, leaving a 1/4 inch headspace. We've talked about headspace before. We need headspace to allow a little bit of movement during the canning process, and it gets a better seal on the jars when you allow headspace. Once you have the jelly in the jars, wipe the rims of the jars, and I use a damp paper towel when I'm making jelly because it is a sugary product and we want to get all of the product off of the rims. Add the lids that have been sitting in hot water to soften the sealing compound. And the sealing compound is this rubber compound around the edge of the jar. Then we're going to add rings and put them on finger tight. The jelly is now ready to be processed. in a boiling water bath canner for 10 minutes. So we're going to place these in the hot canner. And lower the rack into the canner. Replace the lid, and when it comes to a boil, we're going to process it for 10 minutes. After the jelly has finished processing 10 minutes in a boiling water bath, we're ready to remove it from the canner and place it on a rack to cool. And you'll notice that the jelly is still very liquid at this point in time. When you leave it cool for 24 hours or so, and it will solidify as it cools. One of the things that I like to do with pepper jelly is I take a jar of it, take the lid off, soften it a little bit in the microwave oven. Takes anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute to get it fairly liquefied, and then you just pour the pepper jelly over a block of cream cheese and serve it with crackers. And it's a great appetizer or dip for a party situation. So here you have it, pepper jelly and ready to eat for your party. Remember to go to mrswages.com for ideas on canning and food preservation. Thank you for watching our home video series.